Yizzo, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, grown man, business. And listen, you can tap in or you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in, so let's get right into it. So y'all already see the title. And I'm gonna do like I normally do, man. I'm not gonna stay long on it. Let me check something. Y'all see the title, man. So we gonna get right into this. You feel what I'm saying? We wanna get right into this. Um, you seen it, Big Gene deal. Big Gene is the reason why Biggie got smoked in LA. Big Gene. Now, we're going to get into it. I'm not going to stay long with y'all because I got some things to do as usual. But Big Gene, we got to talk about this, my boy. Now, if you don't know who Big Gene is, he is the former bodyguard. Hold on, guys. He is the former bodyguard of Puffy. He is the former bodyguard of Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy. Now let me tell you, right? This is not the new Sean. This is not the love guy. He was in charge, and he was hold on, guys. Let me check this out real quick. He was in charge, and he was in charge, and he was you know, the head of security for the old Puff Daddy, for Puff Daddy. You feel me? And he has, all you gotta do is type in Gene Deal, Big Gene in any social media, especially YouTube, and you'll get a drift and get updated on who I'm talking about if you don't know, right? So Gene and Puffy, they, Puff Daddy, they had a falling out back in the day, and you got to know that Gene started telling stories. That's how he started to really make his way through the industry after dealing with Puffy. He started telling stories about everything he encountered with Puff. You understand? Everything that he encountered with Puff Daddy. And, I'm going to get into what I'm saying. I'm going to get into my point, but I just want to land this plane. I want to give y'all, I just want to give a briefing, right? So hundreds of different stories that he's told about Puffy and Biggie, and everything he saw, everything he encountered, right? Uh, and when you listen to these stories, man, he can go on different platforms and he could tell these stories over and over again, and they're always on point. They're always the same. He never really switches up. This is how I know what he's saying is the truth. Because he these stories are 15, 16, 17 years old, 20 years old, and Gene Deal, at whatever age he is, he can remember these stories, because when it's the truth, and I told y'all before, when it's the truth, when you dealing with the truth is going to be the truth. The truth don't care about my feelings. The truth don't care about your feelings. The truth don't care about children's feelings. The truth going to remain the truth. That's why I dwell in the truth. That's why I don't do a bunch of extras, and that's a whole nother video. Keep it 100, keep it grown man business, and we gonna do it like that, right? But he's not lying about these stories, Big Gene. He's not lying about these stories. So it was a story that he told. It's a story that he told, um, that brought me to this conclusion. It is a multiple upon multiple different stories that were very intriguing, right? But it was one story that he told that made me say, hmm, you understand what I'm saying? And it made me, we all look at Puffy, we all look at Diddy, we all know and feel something when it comes to that. But what triggered it, and what made it happen in Cali is Big Gene's fault. And I just want to address that now. Mind you, guys, I'm not staying up here all day. This not gonna be a 3-4 hour. I'll never do them that long. We're gonna be real in and out. But I want to get straight to the point with this thing, right? So Gene told a story about him, and this is one of the stories he told about him and and Big, and he was ragging on Big a little bit because Biggie was basically broke. Biggie had got off the phone with his mom. His mom needed some money. He said the people wasn't gonna finish the house unless they sent this money. He needed to send that money. He was broke. He was in LA to work so he could make some money, because we all being pulled by the cash. Chasing that money leads you right to a death trap most of the times, right? But he turns he's telling Big Gene, and him and them, they're going back and forth, and Gene Dill saying he owes everybody. He's telling them, nah, I might owe everybody now, but I got this $62 million check that is waiting on me, right? It's waiting on me, and you know, that's what I'm about to do. And he told Gene, and he told Gene, not thinking that Gene was going to repeat that right to Puffy like that. You know what I'm saying? He told Gene that he was secretly writing for Lil Kim, and that, he was getting all the credit for writing for Lil Kim. That he was taking, what's that? Anybody that's in the chat, what's that? I can't, because it was right on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it. But all artists, they want their masters, and they want their production. They want something else. I think it starts with a P. I can't think of it at this moment. Anybody in the chat that know what I'm talking, could think of what I'm talking about, tell me. But he was taking that, the production, he was taking something, but it was the writing credits basically. So instead of Diddy, all right, here we go. Diddy didn't know that Biggie was writing for Lil Kim. Because if Lil Kim was writing for herself, being as though she was signed to Junior Mafia under Bad Boy, Puffy was going to collect that money from Lil Kim, from Lil C's, from Junior Mafia, from any group that Biggie would have brought to Bad Boy. Diddy was going to get the masters. He was going to own the masters to that. He was going to get the credits and get all the money for that. But Diddy didn't know that Puffy didn't know that Big had got smart. Puffy didn't know that somewhere down the line, somebody told Biggie, keep your production, keep your production, keep your masters. Don't let Puffy get. Somebody told Biggie, somebody gamed him, and Puffy didn't know. So that's one story. When Big told Gene that he was writing for, he had a $62 million check, and that he was taking all the acts to a whole nother regime. He wasn't even gonna, Puffy put him on. Puffy put him in position. So Puffy's expecting him to bring Lil Kim to him. He's expecting him to bring Junior Mafia to him. But Biggie wanted to be a boss. And Biggie didn't really like Puffy. He didn't like Puffy's actions like that. You know what I'm saying? Like homie said, Puffy wanted to be friends, but Biggie brought all his own friends. And these is dudes straight off the block. They wasn't really feeling Puffy. Puffy's a genius, but they wasn't. So, second story, because that's the first story with Big giving Gene the information. Now, a whole nother story that Gene tells is how they were all on a tour bus. They were chilling. Diddy wasn't there. And somebody said to Gene, like, yo, Gene, come hit this with us. Probably Lil C's. Yo, Gene, come hit this smoke with us. And Gene went ahead and hit the weed, right? Now, he's Diddy's security. So when Diddy comes back, Diddy say something to Gene, like, let's get it together, let's go. And Biggs makes a smart remark, like, why you want to, like, your man been smoking weed all day with us. He your security. He need to get new security. He been getting high. So he kind of threw Biggie under the Biggie threw Gene under the bus. This is now follow me, guys. This is the story number 2. This is the second story. But Gene has told his story hundreds of times on multiple different platforms. So, this is the second story, and this is the glue to Gene's part, because he never tells this part in this way, from this perspective, right? So they on the bus. Biggie throws Gene under the bus by telling Puffy, your security's getting high with us. That's your security. You need to watch that. In a Biggie way, in Biggie's own sarcastic way. And Gene did not like that, because you got to understand, at this time, Puffy is the head honcho. Puffy is the boss that pays everybody's checks. And Biggie saying that kind of, everybody wants to impress Puff. Everybody needs to stay on Puff's good side, because, he's Puff. And they don't want to lose their money. They don't want to lose their jobs. So when Big said that, it's almost like us being at work and one of your coworkers saying to the boss, like, hey, man, you hired this guy? This guy's been smoking weed outside in the break area all day. Motherfucker be ready to fight about that, because you about to lose your job. So That's how Gene reacted. So the first thing Gene did, you know, was he said, okay, you throwing me under the bus, you shooting low, I'm gonna shoot lower because this is Puffy. And if I don't shoot lower, he's gonna remember about this weed. But if I say something that's gonna, if I have something that I could say to make him forget about me smoking this marijuana, I'm gonna say it. And that's instantly right there. Gene turns to Puffy and he says,
Well, I mean, well, Biggie got a $62 million check sitting on the table waiting for him to sign. He been writing for Kim.
now again, if you do your research, listen to how Gene describes this encounter. He said when he says that to Puffy, Puff Daddy goes ballistic. He said, yo, he said that Puffy flipped the out, flipped out on Biggie. Got in his face and was like, yo, you writing for Lil Kim? You writing for Lil Kim? You writing? Like, tell me now. Like, I'm trying to give y'all a description of how Gene Deal described it. And basically, that was so made Puffy so mad, he instantly forgot about Gene smoking. And he just was livid. He was livid at finding out that not only was Biggie writing for Little Kim, but Biggie already had an offer on the table to take Little Kim, Little C's, Junior Mafia, and whatever other acts that he can create and write for. I can't think of the late, but he was taking them somewhere else. And they had a $62 million check waiting for Big that Puffy wasn't even getting cut into. Oh, it gets deep. It gets wicked. It is always deeper than rap. When you scratching the surface, and you gotta know, here at Grown Man Business TV, we definitely scratching the surface. And Gene, you got to address this, Gene. Somebody tag Gene, man. Somebody, because this is what you gotta understand too. You know, I got an uncle that's something like Gene. That was that used to do security for super celebrities, and I would be able to hang with these celebrities, and I'd be able to smoke with these celebrities, and I'd be able to be around these celebrities due to my uncle. And these type of guys that are security for the real big elite artists, these are real savage dudes, man. And I'm just saying that to say, like, you got to understand that the Gene Deal that y'all see today, he comes on YouTube, he's cooking, he's literally cooking meals for the live. You feel what I'm saying? But that's not the same Gene Deal back in the day, man. He was a slim, savage, tall motherfucker that'll beat your ass, like a beat you, dog. Or smoke you. Probably, I'm sure he got bodies of reason why he was around Wolf and all them boys, because he was a savage. So when Big was talking to Gene, Big only confided in Gene because Gene's aura and his reputation precedes him. Gene is like grown man Bennett for real. But even a Gene gonna have a weak point. Even a Gene at that point of his life was an employee. He wasn't a boss. He was up under Puff just like everybody else. He was up under Puff, you know what I'm saying? Just like everybody else. And it ain't no telling what he did for Puff, Gene. Because when these guys is in bed with the higher ups and the elites, they never tell anything. When they getting money with the higher ups and elites, they never tell. They keep their mouth shut. But as soon as a Puff Daddy turn his back on Gene, now we get all these stories. You know what I'm saying? Now we get all these stories. Now everything needs to be exposed. Why? Somebody tag Gene in this. I'm kind of going off, but I'm gonna get back on track because, like I said, it was that second story that made me say, and I got to looking at Gene because Big told Puffy that Gene had smoked some marijuana. That wasn't enough, suffice enough for Gene to turn around and tell Puffy that Big had a $62 million check that he wasn't cutting in on. That Biggie actually was writing all the Junior Mafia hits. Oh, so he was gonna get all the money. You gotta understand something. And I told y'all this before. The puppet masters, the gatekeepers within the hip hop industry, they've only learned how to be what they are by getting up under the higher ups and elites and learning the way of the higher up and elites. So Diddy knows already. Okay, we got fired. Andre Harrell fired us. We're now going to start Bad Boy. I am the chief. I am going to bring in the artists. I am going to give them a cut, and then I am going to rape all of them like the higher ups and elites was raping me and everybody. Well, I'm sorry, I shouldn't said that word. They might not even monetize it for me saying, but I was saying it like that. I ain't saying Gene is not a real one. I'm not saying Gene is not. I just said Gene back in the day, my dude. Uh, it's a reason why he was number one up under Puff as far as like security go. I already said that Gene recounts these stories from 20 years ago like they happened yesterday because he's not lying. He's not lying. But I gotta say this on top of that. I gotta say, you know, with all those things being said, he's still the reason why Puffy, once he told Puffy that information, Puffy already knew, like, yo, I gotta get Big out of here before he get to London. He not gonna make it. I can't let him make it to London and do all this press with him and Junior Mafia and Little Kim when little do anybody else know that Lil Kim is not gonna be up under Bad Boy. Junior Mafia is not gonna be up under Bad Boy. And then, publishing. That's what it is. I kept saying production. I couldn't think of the word, but the publishing. So understand this, what Diddy knew. What he learned from the higher ups and elites was, I'm going to start my label since I got fired. I'm going to hire these artists. I'm going to give them advances, right? 60,000, whatever you give them, whatever you give them. And then I'm going to take the publishing of all their music. And I'm going to own the masters and the publishing to all the music. So now look at it like this. You feel what I'm saying? I got Biggie. Biggie blows up. Biggie's successful. Biggie brings on Little Kim. I own the publishing to Little Kim. I own the publishing to Junior Mafia. I own the publishing to Biggie. So whatever Biggie creates, whatever he writes, I'm going to get paid. I'm going to become a billionaire first. Now, before it could transpire, listen, before they could transpire, before those things can happen, Biggie gets smart. Somebody got in Biggie's ear and said, listen, man, don't sign your publishing away. Listen, don't sign your masters away. Matter of fact, he already got your masters. This what you do. Write all the songs for Little Kim and you take her publishing. Put the publishing in her name or in your name, right? And then you bust her down 20% and you take 80. That's what he learned. He learned that Diddy was about to take all the publishing to all the music that he writes here on out. All his albums, Diddy has the publishing and masters. Whoever he creates, whoever he produces, as far as Junior Mafia, they all under Bad Boy. They all fall, the publishing all goes to Diddy. Biggie got smart and he started, and Gene told Diddy. Gene was so embarrassed that he smoked some of that reefer and Big told Puffy that Gene literally turned around and told Puffy, Puff is, yes, but you learn to be a snake under the higher ups and elites. And when Gene told Puffy, hey man, Big's getting all the publishing from Lil Kim. Big's getting the publishing from, he ain't giving you that publishing. Oh, and he got a $62 million check waiting for him because, he's about to take everybody after this last album, because I'm sure Biggie probably was in for like 2 albums. Do the research. I'm sure Biggie was in for 2 albums. Life After Death was the last album on Bad Boy, and he was going to take he was about to take it into his own hands. And Puffy would not be the billionaire that he is today if Biggie didn't get smoked. You feel what I'm saying? If Biggie didn't get smoked and Biggie, yeah. But see, everybody, now mind you, Puffy was probably going to smoke Biggie in due time anyway. But it would have lasted longer with Puffy if Biggie just laid down, made all the hits for the Junior Mafia, made the hardcore album for Lil Kim, platinum, everything platinum, and let Puffy take the publishing and let Puffy take the masters. A lot of the times the artists don't know that. They get in, they get their advance, they're so happy to be out the hood and be able to do something for their family that they don't understand that the publishing is key. The publishing is key. The publishing. I didn't know this as a kid. I thought the rappers, but I didn't, hey, Master P, he owns all the publishing. the masters, to any and everything under no limit. So who? So that you get it. So now mind you, we in LA. We got another 4 or 5 days in LA. I'm planning on getting you smoked anyway, but I wasn't gonna get you smoked in LA. We was gonna get more money together. But now that I found out that you are taking the publishing for Little Kim, who's about to be major, she was like the first of her kind, Little Kim. You see everybody that's out now, the Nicki Minaj's, the Megan Thee Stallions, the Cardi B's, I mean, name them. They all inspired to be Little Kim. They all saw the hardcore album and they all wanted to be. And that all manifested out of the mind of Biggie Smalls. Those were all the intellectual properties of Biggie Smalls, which he would be reaping the benefits of to this day. Even the Carisha, City Girls, Puffy's girlfriend, Carisha, she was inspired in due time by Little Kim, or the influences of Little Kim. So I'm saying yeah. You got to understand something. Big Gene, when you got petty enough to expose Biggie's business in his hand, what he was planning to do, that's when Puffy knew that he was going to have to, and that's why Puffy treated you the way he treated you in that car, Big Gene. When you act oblivious and you don't know why Puffy pushed that seat back on you, told you, get your ass in this car, you won't ever work again in this city. And what you do, you got your ass in that car, Big Gene, and you got in that car, didn't you? All right. Somebody tag Gene, man. Let him know, hey, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Bro, what the fuck? Oh, there, hold on. Yeah, they backdoor Biggie, but the crazy thing is, Biggie knew. Biggie knew what he was doing when he started doing business behind Puffy back, and he had that $62 million check waiting for him, and Puffy didn't know about it. Biggie knew what he was dealing with. The mistake Biggie made is he told somebody. He told Gene. Diddy told Gene his business, and the business got back to Puff. Simple as that. Think about it like this. Let's go back to the night in Cali. Let's go back to that time in Cali. Let's say that never happened between Big, Gene, and Puff. And Puff still didn't know. Even the night of the party, he didn't know that Little Kim and all of them, all of them was going somewhere else. He didn't know that. Let's just say Puffy didn't know that. Puffy would have never let that happen to Big, because Big would, in his mind, he's trying to still get Biggie to write these songs for Junior Mafia, for Lil C. Lil C's got an album. Kim got an album. The Junior Mafia as a clique got an album. They got the Victory. The No Way Out album. It's so many things that Puffy would have never let that happen. But now that I know that you backdoored me, now that I know that you got smart and you cut me out of everything that would make me a higher up in elite, and you cut me out of everything that would make me, a gatekeeper. I got to get rid of you. He made them phone calls fast. And when Gene tells the story of homie waiting on the corner, and I wasn't a drive-by, he was waiting on the corner, when Puffy and them ran through that light, dude didn't chase Puff. Dude didn't chase Puff or nothing like that, because he knew Big. There's a reason for that. That's a reason for that. And I'm not gonna make this a long one. I gotta edit a video that'll be up there tonight, because like I said, we going all around the world with this. Three-dimensional Kirk. That's gonna be my next live, because I'm watching those videos that Kirk. Yeah, I suggest y'all go watch the Art of Dialogue and the Kirk guy. I don't know his last name, but the Kirk guy. He's one of the only guys I see, or people that I see, able to talk about Diddy and it not seem in any way emotional. All business, all grown man business. And listen to what he is saying about Diddy. Listen to how he talking about Diddy. Very intellectual, very articulate as well when he's talking. But listen to what he's saying. He said that Diddy forced Biggie to be out there. he said that Big was supposed to be in London, and they had an extravagant layout for Biggie, promotional and marketing schemes that had never been done when it comes to any rap artist ever, and Biggie was going to be the first. Oh, yeah. Salute Trigger, salute Trigger. Yeah, for sure. I believe Puff definitely. I believe that the shooting wasn't even set up for that time of him being in Cali. The shooting wasn't even set up yet. Once Gene told Puffy, out of him being upset, out of him being whatever he was, Big Gene deal. Somebody get Gene, bruh. After Gene told Puffy, this dude got what. I'm talking big business. He didn't care about none of that. But when he found out that he was cut out that 62 million, think about Puffy finding out he was cut out of that $62 million check Biggie was about to get, and that he was cut out of the publishing. Puffy made calls right then and there that night, bro. We got to get this done. And you got to understand something. Puffy's tied to, he didn't have to make too many calls. 1-2 calls is set up. It's set up. He ain't got to make too many calls because he don't need to be implicated in nothing. They got to save him. So all he did was make a few calls. He made a few calls, Trigger, and he said, yo, and they said, we going to get him up out of here. He not going to make that flight. The table's been set. We already know he got beef. Pac just got smoked. It's all reasons for him not to make it out of Cali. And we didn't know that he had time. So he been having meetings. Get out of here. What? Get the out of here. So you telling me Big been having meetings with another record label? You put Biggie on, you gave him the chance to get it in and get rich and save, and he didn't even cut you in, he cut you out. And he took the publishing. Oh man, you know what we told you about publishing, Puffy. That's the only way you're gonna get rich, Puff Daddy. So if he cut you out the publishing, man, you're not really gonna get anything out of this. What are you gonna if you get rid of him, everything comes to you. Because isn't he signed under Bad Boy? Oh, he's signed under Bad Boy, isn't he? Get rid of him. Yeah. And like I say, man, Gene comes off as a real one to me. He always has. When I listen to his story, you got to understand something. I consume content. I'm a content consumer as well as a content creator. But if I'm on your live and you see me tap into your live chat and all that, no, I'm listening for real. I'm listening for real because I've never got lost into the antics of YouTube. I haven't got lost into the playground. It's still grown man Bennett. This still grown man Bennett TV. Ain't nothing changed. You feel me? So if you see me tapping out, and when I listen to Big Gene, I'm tapped in because he was there physically. He was physically there for these encounters. And when he told that story about the tour bus and him telling on Biggie, it never sat well with me, but I just never went anywhere with it. And then recently I was just like, damn. Because go back and watch, I think it's the Art of Dialogue, one of them joints. Like I said, Gene does a lot of he's on a lot of platforms. But, if you go back and watch him and he details that story, he say Puffy snap. He said he never seen Puffy snap like that. He say Puffy got dead in Biggie face like this close and was like, you writing for Kim? You writing for, like, because you got to understand something. Puffy he'll take a behind whooping for those publishing and those masters. He'll take a punch in the face in a scuffle I'm telling you, he smacked Drake for that beat, for the 0 to 100 beat. So you got to know what he'll do for the publishing. Man, think about the publishing. How do you think Diddy made all that money? From Biggie's publishing. From Little Kim, and it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But Big Gene, you got to fall back and then reevaluate and take some accountability, because you told on that man. You told on that man, right? You put him in a position to where it's no coming back. They was already beefing. He was already not feeling Puff. He was telling you that he just wasn't really feeling Puff, but he was happy to be in position and he appreciated Puff. And he confided in you, my G. And you went and told Puffy, right? You went and told Puffy and you put him in a position, because now, and again, you got to know, nobody knew what they was dealing with. Now, Puffy knew what he was dealing with. Puffy got to bust those. Puffy's a puppet. Puffy got the higher ups and elites. He got to get those publishing. He got to get that publishing. Puffy wasn't the same Puffy he is now. He was in the rebuilding stages. He had just lost his job. They fronted him some paper. You understand, the higher ups and elites. You got to understand, Puffy had to get those publishing. He had to go up and get the publishing to get. Yeah. Don't you ever get it confused? So, like it or not, right? Big was going to get up out of L.A. He was going to get out of L.A. by the skin of his teeth. When Gene told Puffy what he was doing with that publishing, and when Gene told Puffy what he had going with those with Lil Kim, first off, Puffy didn't smoke nobody with his hands. But how was Puffy going? Okay, so answer me this then. How was Puffy going to? Why was he so mad that when he found out that Biggie was getting Lil Kim's publishing and Lil Caesar's publishing and Junior Mafia's publishing? Why was Puffy so mad? Why? And then the second question is, how would Puffy have ever got the publishing from Biggie? How would he have ever gotten, once Biggie figured out how he was getting handled, how he was getting taken advantage of? How was Puff going? So how was he going to get those? Why would he force his main artist, his main attraction, his main investment, his top investment? Why would he put him at risk just to come out to LA and do some songs that, just like Kirk said, could have been done in New York? You feel what I'm saying? You got to look past the smoke and mirrors, my G. A lot of y'all, when y'all think about Puffy, y'all say stuff, Puffy didn't have to do that. You don't know what Puffy didn't have to do. Puffy had to go get protection from the Southside Crips. He was still Puffy, but he still had to tap in. So you don't know what Puff Daddy had to do. You thinking about love. You thinking about homie right now with the matte black jet. You think about homie that done reaped all the benefits of what he did do in the past. Now he can live it out. That's who you thinking about. But I'm a dinosaur, B. I was born in the 1900s. Shit. Salute the OGP for that. I was born in the 1900s, man, in the 80s. So I actually watched this happen. I actually seen this go down with my own eyes in real time before it was an internet, before it was smartphones. I seen this, man, me. So Puffy wasn't the same Puffy that y'all know. Puffy was scared. Puffy was not, he was called Puffy. His name was Puff Daddy, Puffy. He was Puffy. His shorty was going to LA getting smashed out by Suge. His baby mama was out there with his little son. He was crying, he was hurt, he was emotional. Puffy was. He wasn't the dude he is now, so back in those days, you don't know what Puffy would have had to do. And I believe that Diddy wasn't no sucker. I mean, not Diddy. Biggie wasn't no sucker. Biggie found out very fast. He found out very fast how he was getting taken advantage of. You understand what I'm saying? Because once he found out, the publishing is the key. Come on. Let me ask you guys this. How do you think that all the execs, the CEOs, the Irv Gottis, how do you think they eat? Y'all saw the Drink Champ. Y'all saw the Drink Champ interview with Irv Gotti. Irv Gotti got real high. He got real drunk. And if you go back to that 3-hour interview and you watch the whole 3-hour interview and you really watch it, he's giving you the game. He said in that interview, he said, how do you think we eat out this music industry? Ja Rule makes a lot of money when he's doing his tours. Ashanti makes a lot of money when they're doing their tours. How do you think we get to eat? The Puff Daddies, the Dame Dashes, the Master P's, the you know what I'm saying? How do you think that we eat when we start these record labels? And he said publishing. That's what Irv Gotti said. He said publishing. So he can't sell Ashanti her publishing because then he won't be able to eat. So now let's go back to Diddy. Let's go back to homie talking about why would Diddy have to do this? And first off, Diddy back in the day, he was soft. He was puffy like a marshmallow. Suge Knight and them boys had him scared to death. They was smashing his baby mama. They had his female artists like Mary J and them flying out the death row getting smashed on. Excuse me, you gotta be careful. He is. Salute. Hey, I believe that. But he's soft, but he's in position now. Trigger, you know the position he in now, man. Soft or not, getting stepped on. He won't like that back in the day. You listen, love right now. You waited too long. The public, he done got all the publishing. He's so big now. He'll step on, man. Your whole man. Listen, you get stepped on dealing. That's why he's love. He changed his name to love because when you get to a certain level, you just realize with them higher ups and elites, you just realize like, man, I step on your whole family, cause I'll be somewhere drinking a pina colada. Your family be getting stepped on. So I just want love to the public. Gene Deal, man, Gene Deal, man, you got to address that, my G. And you probably won't, but Gene got to address that. You feel me? Because back in them days, Gene, let me tell you, right? So my uncle, man, I got an uncle, we call him Uncle Squirt, right? He's one of my uncles, man, that just was a savage when I was a kid. Everybody was scared that everybody in my area was scared everybody knew about him, you know what I'm saying? From Virginia to New York. You know what I'm saying? He really was like, he was a savage, my Uncle Squirt. And he went to jail for some years over some bodies, and he ended up getting out over, you know what I'm saying, you know, technicalities in the case. He ended up getting out due to technicalities in the papers in the case, right? So he gets out in like 12 years, my Uncle Squirt, and he's this big dude out of jail, and he instantly starts to model for FUBU. So my uncle's, I'm young, man, and my uncle's a FUBU model and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm excited telling everybody my uncle's a FUBU model. And he starts to do security for celebrities. Some real big celebs, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Chris Brown. That's my little bro. Anytime I'm in the same room with Breezy, he got more paper than me, but that's little bro when I'm in the room. Breezy, that's little bro. Lil Wayne, Joel Santana, D4L, Cherish. I chilled with all these people. I smoked with all these guys. Dipset. I hung with these people due to my uncle being close. And I just say all that to say, like, when the security guards for these artists, man, they not no suckers, bro. A lot of the security guards, and I'm not gonna say all of them, but the main ones be the ones that'll smoke you. Like the first security guard, the number one security guard by these celebrities will be the one that'll pop your top, and they got crazy past, bro. If you talk to them, they got crazy, like they past be crazy, and somehow they end up top security for Puff Daddy. That's when I'm just saying that to say, like, Gene Gill, Big Gene is like that, bro. Big Gene, back in those days, wouldn't take nothing from nothing, and it smoked something. He's not the guy that he is now. He puts on the chef hat. He starts cooking like, he'll get on his live and he'll be talking. And he might get the cooking the damn enchilada for you. He might turn around and cook an omelet right there on live. But back in the day, man, he would never do that. Yeah, they deep in it. Yeah, man. I say that to say, like, they deep in it like that. And I got a glimpse of that with my own eyes when I was a youngster. I would go to, the up close and personal tour that Chris Brown had back in the day. The first one was an up close and personal tour. That's what it was called. I was on that tour everywhere. Was a real shooter, just like my uncle. So my point is, these security, Gene. Only reason why Big told Gene his business is because Gene was like my uncle. I would never expect my uncle. My uncle would never have did that. You know what I'm saying? Because my uncle just was like so thorough. Them thorough dudes like that, they don't talk. Not your business. Maybe he would have said something big about saying something about him smoking, but he wouldn't have told his whole business. And when he did that, yeah, man, salute to Breezy. That's my boy. That's my dog, man. Been all around. I've been everywhere. Anytime I pull up, it's the red carpet. Anytime I'm in the same city or around them, it's red carpet. Salute to Breezy. Salute to Weezy. At this time, man, Wayne was like at the top. Wayne was like Lil Wayne, like. I used to, back in these days, man, right? It was before iPhones. It was before phones, before the cameras. So I would always try to bring cameras around, and my uncle would get mad. Like, back in those days, you couldn't take pictures and stuff like that. They didn't like you to take pictures. You would be like a groupie if you wanted to take a picture with these guys, right? Right? So I would come around, would bring cameras, and my uncle would get mad at me and shit, right? Excuse my language. So I stopped bringing cameras, and I start bringing my homies. So it was this one particular time I brought my homeboy AI. It's this white boy that's he used to make beats for me. real close homie, you know what I'm saying, named Allen. We call him AI from Virginia. And I brought him with me. And we get on the tour bus. It's me, him, Joel Santana, Dipset, Entourage, Lil Wayne, D4L. We all on this bus. T-Pain, we all up on this tour bus. And I bring him with me. He sit down. He's starstruck. But I didn't already been around these guys so much. So I bring him with me. He sit down. And Wayne instantly, first thing Lil Wayne says to me is, that's your. I said, yeah, that's my dog. That's my dog. He said, no, he said, yo, you smoke? He asked AI, you smoke? AI said, yeah. Lil Wayne pulled out like a half a pound, tossed it on the couch. We was smoking Dutch Masters at that time. These when we was smoking Dutch Masters back in the day, right? Pulls out mad cigars and we just start rolling up. And we roll up all these blunts and then we go into the club with them and we smoke out. I got hella stories, man. Hella stories, yo. Hella stories, man. We walked in with Wayne. They had a whole bar for him. Like, we went in the back. Man, it was crazy. This was this was like 2000, or, I got hella stories, man. We can get into those. But Gene, man, like I said, I'm not going to stay on this one too long. I just wanted to really tap in and get that game. Once you start digging into the higher ups and elites, you understand that publishing is power, B. Michael Jackson owned everybody's publishing. Michael Jackson owned the Beatles publishing. He got smoked. Prince owned all his publishing and he owned all the rights to his music. And he was on his last album. He was literally about to leave whatever label he was signed to or tied in with, and he was about to take all of his publishing and all of his masters, and he got smoked. So when I tell y'all that Big Gene telling Puff Daddy that not only was Biggie taking the publishing, and secretly, he figured out a way to take Lil' Kim's publishing by saying that Lil' Kim wrote her own songs because Lil' Kim wasn't signed to Bad Boy. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Biggie told Lil' Kim, listen, you're not signed to Puffy. You're going to say, I'm going to write all your music, but you're going to say that you wrote it. They're going to give you all of your publishing because you're not signed to Puffy yet. You're going to give me 80% because I wrote all the music, and I'm going to give you a 20. And all we going to make, and trust me, I'm going to write classics. I'm going to write legendary songs for you that are going to make millions for dollars. And they're going to make millions of dollars for a long time. So if you got 20% of this publishing, trust me, your family going to eat for. I'm going to write these songs for you. Don't trip. He said the same thing to everybody else. So they all knew, Little C's, Lil' Kim, they all knew that, okay, Puffy has Biggie's publishing, but Biggie has our publishing. Puffy don't have our publishing. Biggie was going to leave Bad Boy, start his own record label. Before Biggie could do that, Puffy secretly was going to run down on Lil' Kim and them, like, yo, sign the Bad Boy. See, it get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deep in the rap when you scratching the surface, and it's such a dirty game. Puffy knew, but if you don't know how to play chess, I ain't got to worry about you making the right moves. But if I think that you don't know how to play chess, but every night you've been going home and you've been watching tutorials, or every night you go and somebody giving you the game, but I ain't know they giving you the game. And then you make a move on the chessboard and I ain't fully paying attention because I think you don't know how to play. And then you make a move and you check me. And I'm like, oh shit, this nigga checked me. How did this happen? What? Hold on, let me look at. And you get to looking. And you like, oh, only way I could get you up out of here, the only move I can make is to get you up out of here. Yeah. I want y'all to take that. I want y'all to sit with that. But Big Gene, you got to take some accountability, man. You got to take, Big Gene, I don't know. I need you to explain why you felt the need to tell Puffy that. I ain't gonna lie, right? I never once thought that Gene ever succumbed to Puff Daddy or ever succumb to any of the things that the higher ups and elites, I know they threw at him. You know, he said that Puffy a few times asked him, did he want to get in bed with Puffy? You know, it was a couple times they was there, and Puffy said, man, I got some snow bunnies up here. He said Puffy had some snow bunnies, and Puffy offered him some of them snow bunnies. But I'm going to tell you this. I can guarantee you that one or two of them snow bunnies was Transformers. One or two of those snow bunnies was LBG 123 ABC community back in the day. Oh yeah. And when he would have got Big Gene in that room and they would have did their little thing, they would have had a good time with those pink toes that Puffy had. And then in due time, what Puffy would have showed him, as soon as Gene would have got out of the line, he would have let him know, you know that pink toe you with was a man, right? Oh, that pink toe you was, oh, I'm talking about in DC. You remember the pink toes I had you all up in the room, but bucket ball getting down with? Those two, look at the video right here. Those two pink toes, right? Those Transformers, those LBG 123 ABC community members, right there. And you hitting one of them. Gene, did you know that was a man, Gene? And he would have blackballed and he would have did what he had to do. Gene would never even be telling these stories. But if Diddy would have got him in one of those traps. I don't believe that he ever jumped in one of those traps or walked through any doors. I just thought that it was a low point for him when he told on Biggie. And I know, and I can almost guarantee you that Biggie was highly disappointed because he said that, this is what Gene said. He said that Diddy flipped out. He flipped out. I mean, he was livid and he went crazy. He said he went crazy in the room. Hold on. He said, man, Diddy, he went crazy. And he said all Biggie did was sit there and say, yup, you got it, Puff. Yup. You got it, Puff. Yup. He didn't raise his voice at Puffy. He didn't stand up to Puffy. He didn't fight Puffy. He didn't say, I'm tired of this, Puff Daddy, this is what I need. I'm tired. He didn't do none of that. And that's because he knew, man, that was it right there. Like that was the am I gonna be able to get out of this one? Am I gonna make it to this plane now? Am I gonna be able to I won't sure, but I figured I'm probably, with him not knowing, but now he know. Now he know, and it was unexpected. I ain't expect him to find out Gene. I ain't think Gene was gonna tell him, cause Gene seemed like he was a real one. Gene seemed like he was a real one, but Gene told on me. And now I don't know if I'm gonna make it. And you know what? He ain't make it out of there. You gotta understand something too. Why is Gene so adamant about telling all these stories? Like he not making, I mean, I don't know what kind of money he making off it, but he's, hold on. But why is it after him and Puffy fall out, you feel the need to tell these stories and you talking like you want justice. You want justice for Biggie so bad, and I seen one. He was like, the young man lost his life, and he was talking about Biggie. Seemed genuine, And I'm starting to feel like it's just guilt, bro, because of Gene being such a real one. Gene know what he did was wrong. Gene know he the reason that man got smoked. Gene know he exposed that man hand abruptly and unexpectedly, and he put that man in a bad position. And Gene know once he said that, it won't nothing he could do to save Big. So all that hanging out the window, Gene, all that, Puffy, get the seat off of me, Gene. Gene, get the seat off of me. All of that was because you knew, you knew. Now, I'm not going to say right then and there you put two and two together, because I'm sure you love Big, so you just was thinking, we in Cali, this is some Tupac stuff. But it didn't take long after. What's going on? All right. It didn't take long after you and Puffy not being friends no more. It didn't take long after you and Puffy parting ways for you to be able to say, man, I shouldn't have told Puffy that. I shouldn't have never told Puffy. I shouldn't have never opened my mouth to Puffy and told him what Biggie had going on. 62 M's? 62 M? Bruh. Think, bruh. The way, bruh, 62 M's, bruh. That's my the old heads around. 62,000. 62 million. So then what he was going to do, and he was taking the publishing. So he was going to break Lil C's and Lil Kim off real nice. He was going to break them off better than Puffy broke. Because what Puffy say in that movie, Puffy say, you can't do that, Biggie. I just signed the check. I just got a check for 60-something million dollars, and you getting 4 of that. I was like, what? I think it was 4 or 3 or 5 that he was giving Biggie out, and this is on the Biggie movie. Go watch the Biggie Smalls movie, the Notorious movie, and watch when Biggie was talking about after Pac got shot. Biggie and Puffy was in that skyscraper in the office, and Biggie was like, "Man, how could he do this to me? I gotta go down there and see him." And Puffy was like, "Nah, man, they hide. It's be right there. It be right there. Smoking mirrors." Puffy like, "Nah, you can't go down there. I can't let you do that, Biggie." He say, "Man, I just signed the check." He said, "Sit down. I just signed the check for $65 million. I'm gonna give you 4." I was like, "Damn, yo." And even in the movie, you could see Biggie wheels turning like 4. But then he was just looking like, all right, still some millions. Okay, cool, whatever. We'll deal with it later. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. See, knew if that's true, and that's why you got to think he was gonna find out because Jay knew. Jay was a owner. Jay was part owner in Rockefeller. So the things Puffy was doing to Big, with Big taking Jay up under his wing, it was only a matter of time where he was gonna find out from from Jay, from Dame, from whoever. That you know, homie, you know your. Oh, okay. I didn't know if you knew or not. If you know and you cool with it, cool. But I just wanted to be able to let you know if you knew, because I didn't want to have him taking your pockets like that, and then me not telling you. So he was gonna find out, and when he found out, he didn't tell Puffy. He just moved accordingly. He didn't tell Puffy, "Hey, why you doing me like this?" He didn't do like the locks and say, "Oh my God, you're taking away my money." He got quiet. He got quiet. He got a little distant, and he started making business moves, and he started taking meetings with other labels. And you got to look at it like this. Cause like I said, I'm not gonna stay long, but you got to look at it like this. Let me see how long have I been up in this joint. I've been up here for a few minutes. You got to look at it like this. Biggie wasn't cool with Puffy at all. So all that acting that Puffy did, I think in due time, somebody gonna pay, man. I think one day, man, I might be like 60 years old, man, and they'll be like, they're taking Puff Daddy down for the death of Biggie Smalls. He's 92 years old. Like, for real, bro, Puffy's 78 years old, and he's going, because it always happens like that. It always catches up. You feel what I'm saying? But Biggie wasn't cool with Puffy. He wasn't rocking with Puffy. And I think when he found out from allegedly, right, that what Puffy was doing with the publishing and all that, it hurt him. And Biggie said, "Okay, this is how business go. Okay, we're gonna do business." And Biggie was about to leave, and Biggie wasn't going. You would think, right? You would think Biggie would say, "Listen, man, I'm gonna leave, but I'm gonna cut you in on a percentage because you gave me the chance, you gave me a shot, you put me in a position to be Biggie Smalls, you put me in a position to have $1 million, you put me in a position to save my family and my friends and get off the blocks of Bed-Stuy selling crack. You did that, Puffy. So, regardless of what went down, I'm gonna give you 15% of whatever I do for the rest of my life, man. You know what I'm saying? Just clean 10%, whatever, right? And we're gonna part ways." But Biggie was so hurt. Biggie was so mad at what Diddy was doing with his publishing and his monies that he was doing business meetings, and he was gonna take the 100% of everything. So he was gonna let Puffy get the percentage, the publishing on those 2 albums. But if Biggie wouldn't have got smoked, I mean, we don't know how long it would have took for that album to go diamond. We don't know if that album would have even went diamond. Maybe it would have went 4 to 5 times platinum, and that's it, just like Jay was doing, 4 or 5 platinum, 6 platinum. But so when it did, maybe it would have. Who knows, right? But he wasn't gonna give him a cut. Puffy's the reason. Little Kim all these people got exposure through Puffy. So he wasn't gonna give Puffy nothing, and he was probably gonna turn Puffy to an enemy, or he was gonna start writing for Puffy, and he was gonna be getting a piece of Puffy publishing. Big got smart real fast. Soon as he got a small piece of the game that or Jay or whoever gave him, he turned to a big dog ASAP, and he started learning. Yeah. Puffy wouldn't be who he is right now if Biggie would have been alive. It get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deep in the rap when you scratching the surface. Yeah, you know, um, even again, Gene Deal. Gene Deal said Biggie got smoked. Biggie died. Puffy was like, yo, you coming with us or you staying here? And I think it was like a day later, and Gene was like, we leaving. Big still here, but he was dead already. And Puff was like, we out of here. You got to know everything falls to Puff now that he's dead. Everything Puffy's like, yo, we taking a flight. We going. I think they was going to Diego, and I can't remember if Gene said he stayed or he left. But Puffy was not like, yo, we staying. Nah, everything cut short right now. We staying here until Biggie body gets sent to Brooklyn. We not leaving his body. We can't believe y'all that Biggie got smoked out here. We not leaving him. That's what it would have been like if somebody would have did that to his asset that he. You understand? Yeah, yeah. And Gene did what he had to do and he left. So even when Gene be talking, I'm like, how much did you really care? You told on him, man. He got smoked really for what you told. That's really what he got smoked for. It wasn't nothing to do with Pac. It ain't had nothing to trust me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, huh? Yeah. And then you got on a plane and left Big Body right in Brooklyn. You got on a plane and left his body there. Didn't even you left him. So it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. If y'all been tapping into the late to the lives lately, I've been kind of just relaxing on like celebrity stuff. As far as like new celebrity stuff, Quando Wando, he got hit up, his man got smoked. I was gonna do a video now, it is what it is, man. It ain't really much you should be able to say about that Quando Rondo. All that crying and whipping and welling, you it's over. You supposed to been like, yo, it is what it is. Because the way y'all talk about getting smoked and smoking and all that, Quando Rondo and all that, cool. So, there's a few other things that took place that I've been seeing. But I just, I've been kind of focusing on, we going all around the world with this. I've been telling y'all, you know what I'm saying, all around the world. We going to stop everywhere. So I did a video about Swifty Blue. If y'all haven't seen a video about Swiftly Blue, the Mexican rapper, it's a couple videos down. Go check it out. It's doing good numbers. If y'all and then yesterday I did a video about 1090J. Now I'm sure everybody 1090 got like mad subscribers, big dog subscribers. So I know everybody sure knows about 1090J or something about 1090J. You feel me? So I did a video yesterday just tapping in about that angle, that perspective. And I got 1090J. He's the topic of discussion. You feel me? I'm about to edit a video tonight. China Mac, stupid youngin, a young stupid, whatever the young Asian rapper dude name is, stupid young stupid. I'm doing a video tonight. The Asian community, we gonna get into that. I've been kind of focusing on that. And then the next one's gonna be Flacco. Flacco from Adam 100. He's an African guy, and we're gonna get into Flacco and all around that. So he's gonna be next. You understand what I'm saying? And I want y'all to tap into these videos because, these angles, man, it's multiple different angles. That's why I say that. My brain the wheel's always turning. It never stops. So these angles gonna come from, and then you can give your perspective. StreamYard, we about to be doing that soon with the lives. I'm gonna be on live, StreamYard. I'm gonna give my perspective, and then I want y'all to call in and give y'all's from multiple different angles, my G. And we gonna tap in. But Big Gene, you got some explaining to do, my G. I want you to please somebody chop it up. Salute to everybody that do the TikToks and all that. You feel me? My daughter hit me like, Daddy, you was on TikTok, and she sent me, she sent me some joints from TikTok. I'm like, man, I might need to get a TikTok channel and then like monetize that because people using this and people using that. I gotta get on this. I'm about to get on all that. But salute to the people that the TikTok. Gene, when what I'm saying, chop these joints up, rock these joints up. You know what I mean? Put them out. It is what it is, man. Gene got that man smoked ASAP. Now again, like I said, I'm gonna close out. I believe Puffy, because the higher ups and elites at that time, they didn't know what the death in this culture would do as far as the music. They didn't know if they was gonna lose money, if it was gonna hurt the investments, if it was gonna hurt other artists that they got within that they invested in. They didn't know. Puffy, Pac happened, and that was like the first. That was like a pop fly, but that might have been like a pop fly. That might have been like just by luck, like he hit the lottery. You understand? Biggie, Biggie was supposed to make it to London, and he was going to make it to London. But when Diddy got that information, when Diddy found out, I mean, that's heavy information. Your top artist got a $62 million check waiting for him somewhere to bring all the artists that you thought was coming to Bad Boy. Well, if I get you smoke, then they all got to come to Bad Boy. They ain't going to go nowhere. If I get you smoke and I blackball them, they got to come to, because they know if you die and they go somewhere else, ain't nobody working with them. I'll get you blackball. Y'all be back in bodegas by the next week. I had y'all working in bodegas in up in northern New York, in upstate New York by tomorrow. Diddy talk like that? What? So he had to get home. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we got to do it before London. We can't let him get no bigger. He done already took 1 foot out the door and started having meetings with these other labels, our enemies. He having meetings with our enemies. He having meetings with our rivals. He having meetings with our ops. Yo, and I ain't talking about hitting up no gang members. I'm talking about higher ups, elites. This got to happen now. I got to sacrifice. Are you ready? Okay, this where we at. This where we gonna be at. I ain't seen him in 2 weeks, but I'm gonna see him tonight. That's it. I don't know if people really believe that, but that's really how easy it is when you dealing with them and they got investments in you and you done already walked through one of them doors and they already know that you loyal, but you telling them this dude done already about to sign with Interscope and he about to get $62 million and we ain't about to get none of it. Which was amazing business. But you always got to look out for people like Gene Deal. You always got to look out for people like Gene Deal that's riding the fence, that's talking bad about Puff Daddy, but at one point was eating was it show face salute to them boy. I don't want to, but eating sausage. He was all up on the Puff. He tried to act like he was this and that. Nah, you was getting paid. Puffy had you in the pocket. You would have did anything, almost anything. You would have did almost anything to stay right where you was at. And getting that extra money with Puffy and working wherever you was working for the government, whatever you said you was doing on the side. You wasn't gonna let no Lil Caesar, no Lil Biggie Small, nobody at that time jeopardize your check. And when he jeopardized your check with that reefer allegation, you felt like you had to throw him under the bus. You felt like you had to put him on blast. You did that. You did that. And just know that once you did, you could have said anything. You could have said, man, Biggie Small, man, he the one using the bathroom. He ain't been flushing the toilet. Well, that's Biggie. And then he would have got in trouble. You could have said anything. You could have said anything about it. But you told the heaviest, you told the heaviest information that you knew. You got to watch out for people like that claim to be your homies, and you confide in them, and they tell on you as soon as they get a chance. They don't even hesitate. They don't even take 2 seconds. They just telling your ass. Oh no, you my homie, man. Everything cool. As soon as they get a chance, he been coming from lunch late, boss. Yeah. I wanted to tell you last week, boss, but this man coming to lunch. We take 30-minute lunch breaks, boss. This man taking 45-minute breaks. The boss ain't never even know you were taking 45 minutes. The boss never had an inkling of a clue. He been paying you. He been giving you the money. And as soon as he get upset or feel like you did something, he tell the boss for the last 8 months, you been stealing money on lunch breaks, and then you get fired from a job you've been at for 12 years. That's what happened. He told on Biggie, and Biggie got smoked from a job that he was making millions of dollars. He was about to get filthy rich. He was about to get $62 million. You know what Gene said when Biggie told him that he had $62 million on the way? You know what Gene said? Gene said,
well, I'm just gonna come with you then, Biggie.
That's what I mean. Gene would have did anything for money. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna make no allegations, but if Puffy had something on him, he should drop on him. We probably don't. But Gene was willing to leave Puff for Big, so wherever the money was at, he was willing to go. So he just was, he was just hungry for money. He would have did anything for money. And the ones like that, in due time, they get caught. So Gene would have got caught in the trap soon enough. He would have been somewhere messing with the LBG 123 ABC community, and they would have had him on tape. You feel me? So I just think, Gene, you gotta stand up to that, dog. Like you gotta, I mean, or you should just stop telling all these stories. I mean, I just think like this. Just focus on Puffy. Don't act like you was cool with Big. Don't talk that. I don't know. It feels weird. It's like a disrespectful thing. And I didn't know Big, but I listened to your stories, and you told Puffy that, man, yeah. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. So I can't stay long. Got business to handle. You know what I'm saying? I want to say salute to everybody that's tapped in. Hey. Exactly. And I appreciate that, I appreciate that, my G. Listen. Listen, man. Let me show y'all something real quick. 757 Sharp Food TV, man. 757 Sharp Food TV. If you have not went to the channel, subscribe to the channel, right? I suggest you do that. 757 Sharp Food TV. Now let me give you a little glimpse of this real quick so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Y'all see that, right? 757 Sharp Food TV. 757 Sharp Food TV. Listen, that's the first video up there, and it's just an introduction. 757 Sharp Food TV. Everybody go and lock in. This is going to be the channel where I'm going to elaborate just on VA. We're going to do VA first, and we're going to go all around the world as usual. But it's going to be giving the legends their flowers, the old legends, the Allen Iversons, the Mike Vicks, the Bruce Smiths, and a lot of legends y'all don't know about or y'all didn't know was from Virginia. All the way down to the new kings like myself. The new kings of VA. You feel what I'm saying? The new kings. Salute the Made in Norfolk Apparel, my homeboy, A Driver. Salute to me, Grown Man Business TV. This is 757. This is Virginia. You feel? Yeah. I'm gonna salute my yeah. I'm not a young king, but I'm a king in this. You feel me? Salute the Big K. Salute the Av, battle rap legends. Straight out that 757. Yeah. I mean, I could go down the list. Salute the Young Yarn. Salute the Pusha T. Salute the Pharrell, the Clips, everybody. Fresh up out that water. And that channel, 757 Shark Food TV, is going to be where we have those stories, where we do that type of content. Because I have a lot of people always asking me where you're from. I always say 757. You see the pendant. You see the seven carats on the pendant. 757. You feel what I'm saying? Norfolk, Virginia. And then I have some people when I'm yeah. When I was talking on Whack 100 and Big U, I had them boys flustered. I had they peoples was really not feeling what I was saying and exposing about them people. And the videos are still up. And they would always say, talk about your own area. Where you from? You from Virginia? Talk about Virginia. Why are you talking about Cali? Talk about Virginia. And in some way I was like, damn, I do want to talk about Virginia because our culture is rich. We got a rich culture, man. It's something in the water. That's why that festival is such a big deal, because they always say it's something in the water out here in the Tidewater area. Y'all breed legends, kings. So this channel, 757 Shark Food TV, 757 Shark Food TV. That's what we doing that at. And I want all of y'all, everybody that's the little brother channel. That's going to be the little brother channel of Grown Man Business TV, because this what we do it at. This the origin. This the core right here. You know? So yeah, man, salute. Salute to everybody tapped in. And we just having fun with this, man. You know, Gene, man, you gotta, somebody tap in with Gene. I'm not gonna stay too much longer on this, but I just wanted to throw that out there. You know. And it is what it is. There's no denying that. That's not allegedly, my G. Your words are what really stopped Big. You was hating. Gene was joking Big, and he was telling Big, you broke, man. You ain't got no money, man. You owe everybody. I seen paperwork. You owe this person. I seen paperwork. You owe that person. And Big was feeling like, damn, he trying to play me. You know what I'm saying? And then that what made Big expose his hand to Gene, where he said, I ain't broke. I ain't broke, Gene. Look at this. He was doing that as like, he was looking at Gene almost like a big homie. Like I said, bro, Gene is an older dude. Gene at that time was, we know he's a killer. These my uncle was the same way, yo. Like I was scared of my uncle for a long time, man, because I just knew what he could do to a person. I just knew it, and I seen certain things. I'm like, man, I was scared of my uncle way past I was grown. But now my uncle's like older, like Gene, where he's like a family man, and he's not, his voice is in it, doesn't roar like he's an older guy now. Gene's a cook now. He's a chef. But back in those days, Big was trying to impress Gene, if you want to say. Gene called him broke. Big was like, man, I ain't broke, man. Big was still a kid for the most part. And he was, I ain't broke. Yo, check this out. Yeah. He showed him a contract with a whole nother record label with the publishing of Lil Kim, Lil C's, and any further acts that he could create. That was in the contract that Gene saw. $62 million. And Puffy was nowhere, Bad Boy was nowhere in there. They were cut out. You feel me? And he showed Gene that because he wanted to impress Gene, and he didn't want to look like a sucker in front of Gene. And Gene, supposed to be big dog, supposed to be grown man business. He did some sucker. He did some sucker it. You feel me? He did some hoe. And he did that because when you get up under one of them puppets, them gatekeepers that is in control of your money, ain't no telling what you would do, especially back in them days, man. These dudes was, yeah, I'm sure, right? And that was one of Gene weak moments where he gave in. I can't say he might have gave in, no, but he gave in. He turned sucker for Puffy to get Puffy off his back. He turned sucker and turned him back on Big. You feel me? And yeah, Gene, you wasn't making nothing like that. He let you go soon enough after that, got rid of you. Turned your whole life, changed your life. Your life never been the same ever since you got rid of that, man. You've been telling all the business. You know what I'm saying? Which I appreciate you telling all this business. But you could have saved Big. You supposed to really, and then all that last minute action you tried to take in the car and all that. It's like, bruh, if you could see through the smoke and mirrors, if your pineal is open, bro, that shit don't, you don't, you just telling on yourself. You ask me, I can see right through it. Yeah, I bet you did do all that jumping around in the back of that truck after you knew you told on that man and he was back there getting his ass popped up, pop, 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 motherfucker shooting through the door, busting him down. You knew you seen it all right then, and you heard the gunshot, pop, pop, pop. You let old little body Diddy hold you 6'4", 240 pounds solid, beating people up back in the days, and you let Diddy little self hold you behind the seat, pin you down. Yeah, I know you did. I know you did. Yeah, I know you couldn't get out. I know. Yeah, I know. I know. And you left. Yeah, I know. And you flew out with Diddy the next day Yeah, I know. I know. I know. Yeah, I'm a different monster, my G. So listen, man, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, grown man, business. And listen, you can tap in and you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in. I suggest you tap into this grown man business. I suggest you tap into this grown man content. You already know what it is. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Straight raw, pure, uncut, no extras, no preservatives. We not sugarcoat nothing. We not dressing nothing up. Gene Deal. Getting it to you straight raw, my G. Big Gene. Big Gene Deal. Getting it to you straight raw, my G. And you know what you did. And all these platforms you be on, I'm going to be looking for you to respond, and I'm going to be looking for some answers. I'm sure somebody going to tap in with you. Because you already know over here, you either tapping in or you tapped out. So I'm sure somebody going to tap in with you. Why'd you tell on that man? Why'd you expose his hand? That was a hell of a chess move he had. That was a hell of a chess move he had, man. He was 2 plays away, man, and you come and flip the board over. Yeah, man, it is what it is. So you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, grown man business. And listen, you can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. Gang, hey. Before I go, make sure 757 Shark Food TV. 757 Shark Food TV. Just subscribe and just know that when the content start rolling in, you will be getting it. Make sure you're subscribed. You feel what I'm saying? It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be, man. I'm about to edit a video. Be looking out for the China Mac and Stupid Youngin video tonight. Sometime tonight. You'll get that. Gang.